me okay. Verna, if you'll give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, let me know if you can hear me. We will get started. I've got a couple of announcements that we will get to in just a second. A couple fun things that we're going to be doing a little bit differently, which I hope is going to be pretty cool. And I've got some good stuff lined up. So just make sure we can hear me all right, and then we will get going. Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. So, first and foremost, I'd like to thank Verna and Beth, Verna Young and Beth Reed. They're the moderators on the YouTube channel, as well as helping out on the Newbie Quail Lovers Facebook group. If you are on Facebook, please check that group out. We are building that back up because Facebook shut us down, and it's going fairly well. Also, another thing, if you're not on Facebook or if you've not seen it, we are doing a contest until October 1st. And if you send pictures of quail that you've hatched out from Myshire farm, and we choose to use it, what we're doing is we're revamping the website as far as the pictures go. Uh-oh. I'm good. And so I thought it would be a cool idea to use our customers' pictures with ours. So if you post a picture and it gets put on the website, then you're getting a box of free hatching eggs from us, which is pretty cool. If you do not have Facebook, then you can feel free to text me the pictures at 937-760-7282, and then we will start going through them October 1st. So that's kind of a cool little contest that we've got going on as well. Talking about contests, we have an 18 and under contest that we do every month right here on our YouTube channel. And it's anyone that's 18 years or younger, and it's to pretty much help promote, encourage, and enthuse the younger generation getting involved with entrepreneurship, self-sufficiency, raising quail, knowing where their meat and eggs come from. So if you are under 18, or your children or grandchildren or niece or nephew or whoever is under 18 and you think that they would enjoy this, have them sign up. They just need to email. My email is back up and running. So you can email me at Zach, Z-A-C-K, at myshirefarm.com. Verna has already put all that in the comments, my phone number, the website, and the email address. So again, thank you very much, Verna. We pick a winner the first Sunday of every month, and they typically get 60 free Myshire Farm hatching eggs, and they also get a Wynola Ranch cage to help them get started. We are now teaming up with Dale's Quails, and they are going to be providing a brooder for the hatching eggs. So you'll have the winner of the contest every month will get a brooder from Dale's Quails, a cage from Wynola Ranch, and eggs from Myshire Farm. So I thought that was super cool, and I'm very excited about it. We did do a video this past week, about the brooder on Dale's Quails. He sent us one. We put it together into a little video on it. So make sure you check that out. And trying to look, hold on. Talked about the contest, talked about the 18 under. Another contest that we're gonna do tonight, it's gonna be a little different. We're gonna give 4 giveaways, 4 30 count giveaways of eggs. So 2 of them are gonna be sponsored by Whiskey Tango Farms, and 2 of them will be sponsored by myself at Myshire Farm. I am going to ask random questions, 4 of them, because there's 4 giveaways, right? I'm gonna ask questions, and the first one that can answer, you can only win once, but the first one that answers correctly will get the free egg. So I'm very excited about that. Verna will be tracking that as well, so that's pretty exciting. So thank you very much to Whiskey Tango Farms for doing 2 of the giveaways for us. I appreciate that. And last but not least, second to last, we just hit 10,009 followers on our Myshire Facebook page, which I thought was super cool. So thank you to all of you that are on Facebook and are following us. We're only at like a little less than 9,500 likes. I don't know what the difference is between following and liking, but they're different, obviously. And I'll look into that this week to find out how we can get the numbers the same. But we've got like close to 9,500 likes on our page and over 10,000 followers. So I thought that was super cool. So thank you for all that do that. And we just hit 15,500 on the YouTube channel. So we are growing. So I'm very excited about that. Okay. Now, I probably should have started with this, but I didn't, so I apologize. this is our live Q&A. We do this every week. Feel free to comment your questions. I will get to them as quickly as I possibly can, but I'm a talker and I rant a lot, so bear with me. So I apologize. But I will get to the questions in just a second. We do two other things here on our YouTube Live, which is pretty cool. One is let us know where you're from. I always do a shout out, and it's always interesting to see where everybody's from. It's kind of fun. And then the second is if you've hatched hatching eggs from us this week, feel free to let me know what that is. We write it down for our record so that we are up to date on every color, what the average hatch rate is on shipped eggs for the year, and it's pretty cool. So, I think that was all the announcements. But before I get to the comments, let's do one of the questions. This question, the first one that answers will win 30 free Whiskey Tango Farm hatching eggs. So good luck. And the first question is, what are the first 2 rules of Quail for Profit? I did a video 2 weeks ago. So what are the first 2 rules for Quail for Profit? First one that answers will win 30 free Myshire Farm, or nope, Whiskey Tango Farm. You'll win 30 free Whiskey Tango Farm hatching eggs. Sorry. All right, so here we go. Now we're gonna get to your comments and questions. Again, if you have any questions about Quail for Profit, that is a playlist that we're doing. Feel free to ask. We just did a Scarlet video this week. Feel free to ask any questions on that, and any questions about Dale's Quail's cage, because you can ask anything, just whatever you want to do. And then once I get to the comments, I'll obviously see the first one that answered correctly. So here we go. All right. Oh, son of a, I'm so sorry. I've been frazzled all day. I've been running around like crazy, and Verna texted me about 45 minutes ago, was like, is there anything I need to know tonight for the YouTube Live? And I was like, I don't know where any of my stuff is. And up until about 4 minutes ago, I still couldn't find everything. So it's been a crazy day. We got family from out of town and all kinds of stuff going on. But so I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit the like button for me and support the channel. It really helps the channel and it makes me feel better. And my new goal is 115 likes a live show. So hit the like button, support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Second is subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for notifications, because I've got a lot of good videos coming your way. We're going to be posting videos every Tuesday. I've got like 4 already lined up, and it's just going to be random cool videos every Tuesday. Every Thursday we'll continue to do all about the color videos, because I'm missing like 12 of them. So we'll be doing that every Thursday. Every Saturday I'll be posting Quail for Profit videos, and then every Sunday, that was Saturday, and every Sunday I go live. And there might be a random one here or there too. So make sure you don't miss out. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. And there is a $sign at the bottom of the comment section. That $sign is either a super chat or a super sticker. Long story short, it's just a donation that you can give to the channel, and any donations we get right now is going back into our YouTube channel. I've got some things that I want to purchase for the YouTube channel, and for the videos themselves, a little bit better quality, a little bit better sound, nice, well, it doesn't, anyways, any donations will go to that. So that would be appreciated, but do not have to, but you do have to hit the like button. You don't, but I'd really like it, so. All right, now I've done bored you enough. It's only been 9 minutes. Now let's get to some questions, shall we? So Verna is obviously in the house. She is my moderator, as well as Beth Reed. And at the very top of the comments section is my phone number, our website, and the email address in case you need to contact me this week. Jasmine Bass is in the house. Hello, friends. A little early, but excited for tonight's live. Welcome. Glad you're here. Autumn's in the house from northern Minnesota. Can't wait for my eggs to come. That's great. Best of luck to you. And I'm pretty sure they shipped out late last weekend. Pretty sure I shipped them Saturday. I think. I don't know. Don't believe me right now. My memory is shot. Zaria04 is in the house from Virginia. Welcome. Not talking to me. Verna said, how did everyone like the second part of Quail for Profit? Didn't go as well as the first Quail for Profit video, but that's all right. Make sure you hit the like button. I greatly appreciate it. Autumn Weems is in the house. I loved it. Can't wait for more. Is going to really help me out. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. There is a little thing. So I'm trying to give you my mindset, because I really do believe that with knowledge, hard work, and the right mindset, you can achieve anything. I really do believe that. So I'm leaving certain things out of these videos because I really want you to think about it. Because if you figure it out, or you come up with your own conclusion, then you take more ownership of it, if that makes sense. If I just tell you, okay, well, you want to contact this person in Missouri to help you sell eggs, or you want to contact this person in Florida, whatever, then it's just, if it comes too easy, you give up too soon. So I'm trying to leave a little bit out for interpretation, if that makes sense. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But I'm glad that it's helping so far, Autumn. Bill's in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Verna reminds everybody to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Thank you very much, Verna. She's a great cheerleader to have, that's for sure. Bill is in the house. Welcome from Urick, Missouri. We talked this week, yesterday. Welcome. Bill Atkins is in the house. Welcome. Jasmine says, I really enjoyed the second Quail for Profit video. The principle of being passionate enough to first educate and inspire your customer base is so important, and it really sets you apart from others. It really does, and that's a big takeaway from it, I'm glad you mentioned that, because it is support. If you're passionate about it, and I can't give that away because that was the, oh, no, I can't. Yes, if you're passionate about it and you take care of your customers with knowledge and passion, then that makes a world of difference. And that is a strong, strong foundation and backbone for any business. La Rochelle Farms in the house from Connecticut. I'm still very excited and proud of myself that I'm saying that correctly. Question for you. When trying to increase bird size, what value does the egg size have? Meaning, will hatching big eggs produce larger birds, or does the egg size not play a big role? Very good question. Obviously, the egg size does play a small role, but it is very small. It's very minute. I couldn't put a percentage on it. I'll give you a percentage, but this is just, I'm throwing it out there. It's not based on anything, just my observations. Maybe 10%, 15%. It really matters on the weight of your males. That makes the world of difference. So it does play a part, but not enough to focus on, in my opinion. Good evening. Dale's Quails is in the house. Good evening, everyone. Sitting in a tree stand here in Wisconsin. Let's hope closed captions work well. There you go. Autumn Weems is in the house. I'm running electricity out of the greenhouse quail shed. Is there anything I should or shouldn't make sure is done? I'm running electricity out to my greenhouse quail shed. Is there anything I should or shouldn't make sure is done? I don't think so. Not that I can think of right now. It'll probably hit me in a minute, and I'll mention it, so stay tuned. Let's see. William Anthony's in the house from Wisconsin. Welcome. Ed Got Bait is in the house. Welcome. He sent those nets. If you followed us a couple weeks ago on our live, he said he was going to send some nets. He just shipped those out. So I'll be excited to get those in. Protect myself a little bit more, if you know what I mean. Jasmine says, one of two. That's one of the main reasons I have come back to Myshire for the quail eggs in question. Zach's passion to see others succeed in the quail journey and being able to educate and troubleshoot is incredible. Thank you very much. Quality over quantity is not just products, but educational resources as well. Happy to learn from Myshire and the biz side of quail. Well, thank you very much. And we have a lot more Quail for Profit videos coming, so stay tuned. And thank you very much for that. Jesse Mills is in the house. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Glad you're here. Whiskey Tango Farms is in the house, and they're sponsoring 2 of the giveaways tonight. So welcome. Once I get to the answer, then I will post or ask the next question for the giveaway. We're doing 4 giveaways tonight, so stay tuned. I'll be asking questions, and the first one that answers will win hatching eggs from either myself or Whiskey Tango Farms. So stay tuned for that as well. Pretty exciting. And make sure you hit the like button. Autumn says, I'm running the wire underground in a PVC pipe. Well, they do have, I don't know what it's called. I do know, I can't think of it. They have a cover that you can put on wire. If you're doing it yourself and you're not 100% comfortable with it, they do carry it, and you can get it really long, really short. You can cut it, mix and match, whatever. Yes, but you'll put it over the pipe and then kind of heat it up, and it'll take on there. It'll make it water resistant, is what I'm trying to say. Just get with me and I'll send you the information, because I'm struggling with this answer right now. But send me the question and I'll get you what we use. Because we literally just had to dig up some wire in the ground and redo it. So I actually have the stuff still here, so I could even send you what we use. Ed Got Bait is in the house. Welcome. Lost my spot. Sorry, everybody. Beth Reed says, must be chilly in Ohio tonight. It's not. I couldn't find my hat. I lost it. I'm very, very sad and disappointed. And, yep, don't want to talk about it. Nikki James is in the house. Good evening, everybody. Dale's Quails, don't drop your phone if the big one walks by. There you go. Frank says, wow, free eggs. Thanks. Not a problem. Best of luck to you on the answers. Moon Outdoors is in the house. Hi, all from Ohio. Welcome. Glad you're here. Peepaw Philly's in the house. Good evening from right outside New Orleans. Welcome. Glad you're back. Junie is in the house. Welcome. C. Yonk is in the house. Chuck from East Texas lurking. Welcome. Glad you're here. Joy is hello all from Maddox Farms, Georgia. Welcome. A. Jones is in the house, checking in from the northeast tip of Ohio. Welcome. Glad you're here. Carrie Cowherd is in the house from southwest Missouri. Welcome. Chad says hello, everybody. Welcome. Glad you're here. And you won some good auctions this weekend on our auction page on Facebook, so congratulations to that as well. Ed Got Bait donated $5. Thank you very much for the donation. We will put that straight towards that. Verna said she's writing it down, so I won't even worry about it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Ed. While we're waiting, Homestead says, good evening, everyone. Hello from Wyandotte County, Ohio. Welcome. Glad you're here. Frank says, these give 4 giveaways are better than Sunday church bingo. There you go. Whiskey Tango Farm, did you get your short video on chick eggs I won from you sent an email? Yes, they loved it. James, it says, question, will we be getting incubators for winners someday? I am working on it. If I have to do it myself, then it won't be until first quarter. Sorry, a bunny got out and all the kids are chasing it. Yeah, if I have to do it myself, it won't be till first quarter, but I am still trying to reach out to a couple companies. That is the goal, and that's eventually what we'll get to, is a brooder from Dale's Quails, a cage from Wynola Ranch, hatching eggs from us, and a incubator from somewhere. So I'm still working on it, but yes, that is the goal, and very good question. Jim Young is in the house. Welcome. Marius is in the house from South Africa. Bullion's Quail Farming. Welcome. Glad you're here. Saw that you introduced Italian to your program not too long ago, so congratulations on that. Terry Cook is in the house. Hello. Welcome. Glad you're here. Thumbs up, everyone. Show Zach your love. Thank you very much. Hit the like button. I'd greatly appreciate your support. SOS Jones says, hi, Zach and Verna. Loving the info in the Quail for Profit series. Great. That's wonderful to hear. Thank you very much. Whiskey Tango Farm says, thumbs up, everybody. Absolutely. Support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure you get your questions in here. I'll be happy to help in any which way I can. And if you have any questions about the Quail for Profit videos, because they have been fairly successful, I think, feel free to ask, and I'll be happy to go further into it. Verna's 23 out of 30 pansy fee hatching eggs. That is great. Congratulations. Much better hatch rate. Awesome. Good job. Jasmine Bass is in the house. I just put 25 3-week-old babies in the grow out pens. They are doing really well, and I just set 90 Myshire eggs in the incubator, and we processed 29 for the freezer this week. Loving the quail gig. That is awesome. You are well on your way, and it is very rewarding to be able to have meat for yourself and your family and eggs, and yeah, you're well on your way. Congratulations. That's awesome. While we're waiting, Homestead says, question, when breeding for sexlings, can you use the chicks you hatch out for breeding more sexlings? No, you may not. We actually just put together a do-it-yourself sexling. Okay, so here, all right, I'm just going to explain it real quick. So, sexlings are pharaoh hens over Egyptian males. That will give you sexlings. So on day 1, you know male from female. But they hatch out opposite of what you need to do it again. So again, you need the pharaoh hens and the Egyptian males. But when they hatch out Egyptian hens and pharaoh males. So you would have to separate them, put them in a separate cage, hatch those out, and then you could do a sexling cage again. We offer the sexlings because it is really cool and, in my opinion, much easier to hatch out sexlings and separate the hens from the males immediately, so you already know what you got. But we just put together a do-it-yourself sexling cage, so you can start ordering those on the website as soon as I get those on the website. But we did it in the barn already. So if you do want some of those, you can just contact me this week and we'll just send you an invoice, because I don't know when I'll get to that on the website. But they'll hatch out, and they'll hatch out Egyptian and pharaoh, male and female. And then we can walk you through the process of what to put together. And then that cage will always produce sexlings. Always, always, always. So that's pretty exciting. So it's more, we have a sexling cage you can purchase that you've been able to purchase for a while, that on day 1, you know male from female. Now we have a do-it-yourself where you can put your own cage together, and every hatch will be male and female, and you know from day 1. So I'm pretty excited about that as well. Joy is in the house. Good evening, everyone from Western Oregon. Welcome. Glad you're here. Roberta says to educate. It's a good answer, but not correct. Linda says I hatched 19 birds out of 43 last Sunday. That's not great. Linda, if you can give me a little bit more information on that, whether it was ours or what was going on. We don't sell 43. Yeah, if you want to, if they were ours, I need more information. If they weren't ours, if you want to still give me the information, like what day they hatched, how many hatched on what day, your temperature and humidity, things like that, we can try to get your hatch rate up even if they weren't mine. But if they were mine, I'd like to know. Roberta says to teach. That's good. That's a good answer, but it's not rule number 1 and 2. While we're waiting, Homestead says it's a lifestyle and slow and steady. That is correct. So while we're waiting, Homestead, congratulations. You won the first question, which is it's a lifestyle and slow and steady wins the race, which is rule 1 and 2 of my rules. I can't do that either, of my rules on Quail for Profit. So congratulations, that's awesome. Whiskey Tango Farms, if you could, well, probably should have done that before. Whiskey Tango Farms, how do you want, while we're waiting, Homestead to reach out to you, and they will get you taken care of, because you just won 30 free Whiskey Tango Farm hatching eggs. So congratulations to that. The second question for the giveaway will be 30 eggs from Myshire Farm, and it will be a whatever you want. So you can do jumbos, you can do rare colors, you can do a mix, you can do a surprise, mystery, whatever you want to do. You'll be able to pick the eggs, so I'm very excited about that. And the question number 2, so the first person that answers this correctly will win 30 free Myshire Farm hatching eggs, and that question is, what is the goal for starting a business in Coturnix quail? What is the goal? I'll leave it alone, and then I can give you a hint if no one gets it, because it's kind of vague, but I think it makes sense. We'll see. I'm glad you went through packing for freezer camp. Proud of you. I knew you could do it. There you go. Jesse Brown says lifestyle and slow and steady. Absolutely, you were correct. Congratulations. Grow slowly. The birds are the customers. That's a very good way of saying it. Absolutely. That was from Messenger of Messiah. Welcome. Rhineck Poultry and Aviaries in the house. Lifestyle and slow and steady. Absolutely. Oh dear God. Something just flew in my eye. Jasmine says, have a plan and start slow. Lifestyle choice. Very good. Howdy from North Carolina, from Rhineck Poultry and Aviary. Dear Lord. Welcome. Glad you're here. Lost my spot again. Again, waiting Homestead. While we're waiting, Homestead did win the first question, so congratulations to them. Frank says, answer to Zach's question, keep good records and be ethical at all times. Those are very good answers, yes. La Rochelle Farm says, rule number 1, buy as many quail as you can without knowing what you're doing. Well, that's a lot. I get it. That's not my rule, but I get it. Jesse Mill says, my QuailCon eggs are done hatching. Bought 30 Fab Fee, broke 1. 26 were fertile, all 26 hatched. That is awesome. Congratulations. Oh dear God. 20. What was it? Fab Fee. 30 pearl, 24 went to lockdown, 21 hatched. That's still really good. 21, 25 pearl. So we do orders of 25, so 25, 50, 110, stuff like that. So if you purchase 25, that's the number I go off of. For your records, I would do total eggs that you put in the incubator. But I only do what you've actually purchased, just so you know. 90 jumbo white wing, 90 jumbo white wing. 74 to lockdown, 58 hatch, not bad. 58. Great hatch rates. Congratulations, Jesse. That's awesome. Good job. Linda Smith says, oh, sorry, they are SSCs from Myshire. Don't know what that means. I don't know. Quail for profit to educate and teach what is quail. Very good answer. 1, have a bad attitude. Don't angry bird your quail. There you go, right? That was from Chad. While we're waiting, Homestead's very excited about the win. Do you put sand in with your quail? We do every once in a while. It doesn't affect production at all. Just makes them happier and makes you feel like you're doing something. But you don't have to, but they would enjoy it. Harvey White says, howdy from West Virginia. Welcome. Glad you're here. Mary Spolling says, need help? Please. I moved my quail last week and I swapped my birds around and all of a sudden my birds started eating the eggs. From 40 eggs a day down to 10. What did I do wrong? Last week? Well, typically they'll start being weird for about 2 weeks. So I wouldn't do anything yet. I would just let it ride for another week. If it's still like that after 2 weeks, then we're gonna have to troubleshoot. But you really don't want to troubleshoot your live quail unless you wait the full extended period of time, because every time you change something, it starts the cycle over again. So wait another week, and if the problem hasn't resolved, then we'll look into it and start troubleshooting. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp or whatever, and I can try my best to help you. But I would wait that extra week. Typically, when they start eating the eggs, it's a calcium deficiency in the feed. But if you didn't change the feed, make sure that they can get to it. Sometimes it clumps up and it's hard for them to get to. Just make sure they have plenty of feed and they know where it's at. But again, because you moved them, they do weird stuff for about a week or two and kind of stop laying. But if you have the same issue next week or by this weekend, please let me know and we'll start troubleshooting. I just don't want to do it prematurely and start the process all over again. Jennifer Myers is in the house from Tennessee. Welcome. Nate from Alabama is in the house. Welcome. C. Young says, enjoyed pond as background for last video. That was Jenna's idea. I was starting the video down at the quail barn where I always do the videos, and she walked down and said, "You want to take a break?" And I said, "Well, I guess you just interrupted my video." And she's like, "Why? I don't know why you do them here." I said, "I don't know, because I'm always in the barn, so I just come outside." She's like, "Go do somewhere nice." So I'm gonna, as long as the weather's good, I'm gonna try to do the nice background by the pond, because Jenna told me to. So, Joy Guthrie says, sold my first set of breeding quail yesterday. Very exciting. That's very cool. Congratulations. And that's awesome. That's a great start and very rewarding. So toast yourself and celebrate, because hopefully that is the first of many, and best of luck to you. Terry Cook is in the house from Utah. Welcome. Glad you're here. I'm going to have to get my eyes checked. I'm just going to have to do it. While we're waiting, Homestead says, question, do celadon eggs produce hens that also lay celadon eggs? And it seems the celadon egg shells seem very fragile. They are more fragile than the other ones, or they seem to be anyway. And yes, you have to have, the celadon has, celadon layers have a gene called the CE gene. That CE gene has to be, the male and the female both have to have the CE gene to produce. That's not entirely accurate. So, all right, you could have a hen that has the CE gene, that's a celadon layer, and they can produce blue eggs their entire life. But unless you put them with a male that is also the CE gene, their offspring will not be celadon layers. They'll still have the gene, but it won't be active, because they need that male CE gene as well as the female CE gene. I hope I didn't confuse you more. If I did, please tell me, and I will try to say it in a different way. So I hope I explained it correctly. Make sure you hit the like button, support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Helps the channel out a lot, and I'm really trying to grow this channel. I'm really getting into the self-sufficiency thing. I'm starting to plan for next year. I'm starting to plan for this winter. I'm starting to get ideas ready for everything, and I'm starting to do videos on all the stuff, even if I look like an idiot, just because you can learn from my mistakes. Shut up. And so I really want to get the word out there for our YouTube channel, so that we can get more people interested, or at least involved with self-sufficiency on some level. Yeah, please hit the like button, support the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Robert Maddox from Maddox Farms, good evening. Welcome, glad you're here. Living a Rogue Life is in the house. Carla from Houston, Texas. Loving your new videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Robin C says, hello, my quail friends. Much love from Michigan. Welcome, glad you're here. Ann is in the house from Northeast Ohio. Welcome, glad you're here. Chad says, 1, learn quail, 2, build customer base before growth. Those are great answers. C. Young says, howdy, Robin. Ronald is in the house. Can you inbreed your quail? You can. Typically, you want to move some stuff around after every 3rd generation. If you got multiple cages, you can do it on your own, or get some put in. It's really whatever you want to do. It depends on your breeding program. Inbreeding is really not that big of a deal with Coturnix quail. It can happen, and you can see results, especially with certain genes and certain colors, but it's not as big of a deal as in other things. But you still want to make sure that you're not doing it very often, just for a best practice kind of thing. Whiskey Tango Farm says, lots of Wisconsinites tonight, LOL, waiting for Frank to drop in now. Absolutely. Oliver Cole's in the house. Grow with your customers and don't do it just for profit. If this isn't it, I should have paid more attention to the videos, I guess. Those are good answers. Those weren't actually the answers, though. For a couple generations without issues, Beth is responding to Ronald. For a couple generations without issues, but spiral or line breeding is generally a better option in the long run. Agreed. Robin says, give Zeke a big hug. Thank you. David says, David Adams from Maine. Welcome. Glad you're here. Peepaw Philly says, hello, everybody. Didn't realize you all talking to me. Yep, there was a lot of people that said they were happy you were back. Harlan Cooper's in the house from Wisconsin. We're newbies. That's great. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We do have a playlist that's new to quail and what I need to know on our YouTube channel. So you can check that out, and that might be able to help. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We're all learning here, and some are at a different level than others, but it's what we're here for. Got to give back. Row S says, question, I have 1 cage of hens. Let me start again. Row S says, question, I have 1 cage of hens. They beat up their male. I have been unsuccessful reintroducing a new male. Should I give up and eat them? No, you can introduce one. What you want to do is introduce new quail to an existing flock. So you're going to take them all out. What I would assume you're doing is trying to put new males in there. And typically that doesn't work too well. So what you want to do is you want to take them all out of the cage and kind of disorient them and put them all back in. I did do a video on that you can check out on our YouTube channel. But if you go to our website, myshirefarm.com, shut up, goose. If you go to our website, myshirefarm.com, and you go to the blog section, we have a blog on there that you can read and even print out. And it talks about introducing new quail to an existing flock, and it'll take you step by step. So I would check that, and that should fix the issue, especially since they're hens. So it's probably not an aggressive thing. It's more of a territorial thing. So if you take the territorial issue away, then you're good. Whiskey's not talking to me. Junie says, I'm just glad to see you, Mr. Peepaw Philly. Absolutely glad you're doing well. Conduit. That was the word I was looking for. I don't know why my brain does that. I just get so confused. I know what I want to say, it just doesn't come out. Harvey says, sunlight resistant wire, what you need. There you go. Living Rogue Life says, have the best attitude. Oh, okay, I got it now. My SSCs have the best attitudes, but my Rosettas are my best layers. Any problem with mixing the breeds? Nope, no problem at all. They'll do fine together. We mix them together here. I mean, not like one of our breeding programs is mixing them together. But yeah, you can mix them together, and yes, Rosettas are fantastic layers. So are other colors that I'll get to in a little bit. But yeah, Rosettas are fantastic layers. Autumn Weems says, LOL, okay, I'll message you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Conduit is what I was looking for. Tamara says, how long do you keep your laying birds? Very good question. And I want to make this very specific so that I don't confuse people. So we switch our males out twice a year, every 6 months. We switch our hens out once a year. We only do that because we have a quail business and we ship over 600,000 eggs a year. If we were raising them for local, like eating eggs, or if we were just raising them for ourselves, we would let the hens go for at least 1.5 years, if not 2, and we would let our males go for a year. For best results, for most production, then you would do twice a year for males, once a year for the hens, but you do not have to do that. That is just something extra we do because we consider these to be your quail that you purchase, and we're just taking care of them kind of thing. But if they were ours, we would not do that. So hopefully that answered. But if you have any other questions or a question about that and I didn't answer it correctly, feel free to let me know. Very good questions tonight, everybody. Very good questions. That's awesome. Keep them coming. Charlie says, howdy from Texas. Welcome. Glad you're here. Linda says, hello from Southern California. Welcome. David Adams says, I'm here now. Awesome. Thank you very much for showing up. S. McKee says, question, my newest hatch is 4 weeks old. Can I start giving them mealy worms? Yes, that would not be a problem at all, and they would enjoy it. David says, from Searsport, Maine. Welcome. Glad you're here. I've always wanted to go to Maine. I haven't gone there yet. Row S says, Vern, I try... Oh, not talking to me. Allie says, hello from Wisconsin. A lot of Wisconsinites tonight. Welcome. Not talking to me, not talking to me, not talking to me. Nope, not talking to me. Not talking to me. There we go. Morgan says, hello from Savannah, Georgia. Welcome. Glad you're here. We only need 8 more likes to hit 100, which is not the goal tonight, but we only need 8 more likes to hit 100. I greatly appreciate it if you support the channel by just hitting that like button. Thank you very much. How far am I? Oh, I'm not too far behind at all. Jeff Sapp says, good evening all. Did I miss? Maybe I missed it. I don't know if I missed it. I did ask the second question, right? Maybe I just haven't gotten to it yet. So to win 30 free Myshire farm hatching eggs right now, the first one to answer the question correctly is will win. The question is, what is the goal for selling and starting a business in Caternix Quail according to my Quail for Profit videos? I thought I asked it, but maybe I just haven't gotten to it yet. Jeff Sapp says, good evening all, watching as I vacuum pack yesterday's calls. Very cool. Best of luck to you. Orlando says hello from Phoenix City, Alabama. Welcome, glad you're here. Donna is in the house. Hey, quail lovers, welcome, glad you're here. I separated my males. This is also from Donna. I separated my males. Today, some look like hens till I vent checked them, pulling each other's feathers out. Some can be tricky depending on what color you're talking about. Autumn ambers can be a little tricky. Golds can be a little tricky. There's a couple that can be a little tricky that you got to pay attention to. Joan is in the house from Southern Arizona. Welcome, glad you're here. I'm sorry, hold on. I lost something. Our Roas says, thanks, lady. Oh, not talking to me. Okay, so while we were waiting, Homestead won the first question of the night to win 30 eggs from Whiskey Tango Farms. You will want to contact them at, it's at info@whiskeytangofarms.net. And it is in the comments for you as well. Peepaw Philly says, normal profit, strong ethics. There you go. To educate about quail. To educate self-sufficiently. Junie says, yeah, the newbie Facebook group got reset. So it's not as many right now, correct. To educate self-reliance. Donna says, getting people to know quail. Very good answers. Very good answers. Not exactly what... There it is. Rhineck Poultry and Aviary, you did it. You got the answer correctly first. It is to educate, encourage, and enthuse others to become more self-sufficient. I try to drill that in. A lot of great answers, and you were right there, but I had written down the exact answer, and the exact answer is rule number 3, which is the most important rule. Your goal is not to sell eggs or meat or birds. Your goal is to educate, encourage, and enthuse others to become more self-sufficient. I won't bore you and go into why, but make sure you check out our Quail for Profit series on our YouTube channel, and I explain all about it. Frederick Sauer says, question, how long? Congratulations, Rhineck Poultry and Aviary, by the way. You will want to contact me. Text me at 937-760-7282. Verna, if you'll put that on there, I would greatly appreciate it. And you won 30 eggs from us on anything you want. So just let me know what you want and your name and your address, and we'll get them out to you. So congratulations. Let's do the third question, shall we? I need one more like. And then I will ask the third question. The third question, the first person that answers the third question correctly will win 30 eggs from Whiskey Tango Farms. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. I did bribe you on that one, but I'm not ashamed, so I'm okay with that. Hit the like button, support the channel. So here's question number 3. Are we ready? Question number 3. What color did we post about this week about all about the color video? We did a specific color on Thursday. We do a different color every Thursday, and I'm looking for what color we posted this week. So whoever gets that will win 30 free Whiskey Tango Farm eggs. So good luck to that. And before we go any further, usually we do a giveaway or two every YouTube video. And usually it's like the most intriguing question at the end of the day or at the end of the video or whatever. And we can still do that. I thought maybe asking questions might get people more excited and involved. So please let me know whether you like that or not, whether you like the questions every week or you just want to do most intriguing questions or whatever. So just let me know what you'd like to do. I just thought this might be a cool way to do it. So just let me know. Thank you. Frederick says, how long after removing males will hens still lay fertile eggs? From Delaware. Well, welcome, Frederick. Welcome. That's a good question. There's a lot of answers on that. Some people say 1 day. I've actually heard people say not at all, which that's not true at all. But some people say 1 day. Some people say 7 days. And they have great success with that 7-day thing. And that's fine. I think 7's a little long. I think 3 is about the max that I feel comfortable recommending. We have done it at 5 days before and had about a 70% hatch rate, but I kind of feel like it was a fluke, and I haven't done that. I feel 3 days is plenty. So I'm going to tell you 3, but I will tell you that there's multiple answers out there from 1 to 7. I just feel like I was reading an answer. I just feel like 7 is an extreme amount of time, and you're kind of setting yourself up for a disaster eventually. So I'm going to say 3 to answer your question, but you can do what you want because there's a lot of answers out there. Veronica is in the house. Education of future quailers. That's a great answer. Autumn Weem says to get extra cash, not make money. There you go. Joan says hatch 15 of the 25 white wing. Thank you very much for letting me know. Let's see. 15 of the 25 white wing. Not too bad, not too bad. 15 of the 30 mystery. 50 and 50, all right. 60 of 120 jumbo wild. Very interesting. So we were hitting right around 50% exactly for you, Joan. Wish I could spell. That'd be awesome. I'd like a little bit more information I mean, it wasn't a bad hatch, and congratulations. I'd like to see you get about an extra 10 to 15% hatch rate. So if you could, if I haven't bored you and you're still on, if you could let me know what day they started hatching, like did they start hatching on day 15 or day 18? What day did they end hatching, and what your temp and humidity was? I'd like to see if we can find an issue there to troubleshoot and try to get you up another 10 to 15% on our eggs or on yours. So hopefully you're still on. Hey, we're at 108 likes. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the channel. My goal is 115. So if we could have 7, yeah, 7. If we could have 7 more likes, I would greatly appreciate it. Hit the like button and support the channel. Thank you very much. P. Paul Philly says, I hate this. Speaking to talk, navigate to write. There you go. La Rochelle Farms says, question number 2, supplemental income. There you go. Deandra Livingston, is in the house, to educate others. That is true. Absolutely. Jeremy says to educate, encourage. Absolutely. Educate, enthused, and encourage. Absolutely. Moon Outdoors. Thank you very much. Rhineck Aviary and Poultry did get the question first, but great answers, everybody. David L. Adams says to break even. Yeah. Donna says found quail cages in Missouri. He makes 175 3 tiers. I don't know what that means. It's good you found a place for him, though. I really like Wynola Ranch cages a lot. And I was very impressed with Dale's Quail's cages and brooders as well. So those are 2 I really, really recommend you checking out if you can't find one local. Wynola Ranch says, hello, Zach from Wynola Ranch. You look great keeping teaching, Nash. Thank you very much. Wynola Ranch is in the house. They're never in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Very cool. We're actually going to be doing a video this Tuesday about Wynola Ranch, so stay tuned for that, which is another reason why you should subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications, because I've got a great video coming your way on Tuesday about Wynola Ranch, and that's awesome. You guys are here. Very cool. Nikki James says self-sufficiency, always a good one. Bonnie says, forgot to tell you, 23 of my 25 White Wings hatched. Was my first time incubating. Bonnie Lawson, that is awesome. Congratulations. White Wing. Wonderful hatch. We've had some great hatch rates tonight. Awesome. We are averaging a 75.1% hatch rate on shipped eggs this year. So I'm very excited about that. 23 out of 25 is much higher than that, and that will help the hatch rate. So congratulations, Bonnie. That's awesome, especially a first timer. That's very cool. C. Young says, hello, Winola. Love the watering troughs. Absolutely. If you do not know what the watering troughs are, let me just tell you. That is what the video we're going to be doing on Tuesday is the water troughs. And I recommend everybody, everywhere should get these water troughs. We have switched our entire barn to the water troughs. We've got our research cages on the water troughs. George did all of his chickens on the water troughs. Like, I am in love with these things. They're on Winola Ranch. You can check them on their website, winolaranch.com. I think they're $20 and it's free shipping, but oh my God, are they worth it? And you really will want to watch our video on Tuesday about it. I really, really like their water troughs. They are working on a couple things that I'm very excited about. Dang it. I'm not going to tell you yet, but there's some really, really exciting, great news that Winola Ranch is working on that we're helping out with. That we'll be introducing shortly that is going to be super exciting and cool. So stay tuned. Ed Selby in the house, Quail for Profit. Welcome. Glad you're here. And yes, that is true. Kevin says, question, is it prudent to candle just before starting incubation to look for shell cracks? The only other time would be when we switch them to lockdown. We don't. It's kind of a waste of time, to be honest. You can visually check them while you're putting in there, but I wouldn't worry about hairlines. That hardly ever becomes an issue. Like 1 in a million times does that become an issue. So hairline fractures and things like that really don't affect anything. The only reason we would never candle if it wasn't for, we need to know what our hatch rate and fertility rate is. That's really what we're looking for, is what our fertility rate is every week. So we can fix any issues before you guys start having issues. So that's one. But if you do want to candle, I wouldn't waste your time candling on day 1. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. If you do want to candle, I would only candle once, and I would only do it on day 15 when you're putting them into lockdown. Moving them around a lot, opening the incubator, closing the incubator, it really does affect things when you don't have to. So since you're opening the incubator already, to move them to lockdown or take the turner out, that's the best time to candle, in my opinion. I don't worry about it. I mean, when we put them in the trays to put them in the incubator, we look at them, but it's just a quick visual. And if there's nothing crazy on it, then they go in. Mary Spolian says, okay, thanks. We'll let you know by the end of the week. Please do. You've got my WhatsApp number because I know you're in South Africa. But keep me posted either way. So even if it does resolve itself, I would like to know. Michaela is in the house. Didn't have any of my eggs hatched from my last batch. I hope I can try again and hatch some. That's usually a major temperature issue. Is usually, I mean, if you get a 0% hatch rate on whose ever eggs they were, 9 times out of 10, it's a temperature issue. So I would strongly recommend checking that out. Up Gardening Adventure says one of the foamers from our last order had Independence written on the side. The kids thought that was pretty cool. There you go. Yep, that's how I do all my foamers, is I'll put your names on the side of it to keep everything in track. So yeah, I'm glad they enjoyed it. Wow, I just really am struggling to read here. S. McKee says, question, one of my hens lays an egg that looks like an average egg, but when opened inside of the shell is very blue. What caused that? Most likely they have the CE gene. So they're not, what happened was they are a celadon carrier, but not a celadon layer because the male wasn't correct from the bird's parents didn't have the right CE genes in it. So it is still a celadon carrier. So you could use that for celadon breeding, but you would have to find the right males. Very good question. That's a great question. I don't know if I've ever had that asked before on the YouTube Live. Very cool. Donna says, hit the like. Absolutely. Support the channel. I only need 3 more to hit my goal. That would be fantastic. My goal was 115, wasn't it? Or was it 120? We'll go with 115. I'm almost there. But yeah, hit the like button, support channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Harvey says, can the quail tolerate the cold of winter okay? Absolutely. They are very versatile, and yeah, it's really not an issue. The only thing you got to worry about is the water freezing. Just make sure that you stay on top of that, and that they have somewhere to go, that they can get out of the weather and the elements. You know, if it's snowing or raining, they have a little shelter. But yeah, they handle it just fine. We ship to Alaska, and then we ship to Texas, and we ship to Puerto Rico, and it gets extreme hot there, and Alaska is obviously extreme cold, and they do fine. They're both either in sheds or outside, and they do fine with a lot of our customers. It was off, so I think it's something with my incubator. I would unfortunately say it was your incubator. I would definitely get a thermometer and hydrometer on Amazon or Tractor Supply or somewhere like that. There's a little metal one you can get. I highly recommend. I don't remember the brand of it right now, but if you look it up, I think there's only like, it's the first metal one that you come to, and it's a thermometer hydrometer combo. It's not too expensive, and man, it will help you a lot. I would recommend getting that and putting that in there before you hatch any more out, to find out what's going on. Peepaw Philly says, what is the lifespan of a quail farmer? LOL. We haven't figured that out yet, but we will let you know. Living a Rogue Life says, build your customer base while you're building your quail. Very good answer. Absolutely. Richard Brown says, in from Tennessee. Welcome. Glad you're here. Harvey says, thanks, Vern and Beth. Kermit J99 says, Mississippi checking in. Welcome. Glad you're here. Mac Lamb says, question, is splayed leg and nerve issues a gene issue or inbred issue? Usually neither one. Usually, well, splay leg is completely a environmental issue. Nerve issues could be a couple different things. But splayed leg is a 100% an environmental issue. It's either they were in the egg too long, and the humidity was off. They hatched super late, which would also cause the humidity to be off. Or they had a slippery surface and they didn't have something that they could grab a hold to. So splayed leg is a 100% environmental issue. Nerve issues is a little bit different. It could be damage to the egg before it started incubating. It could be any sort of, I want to say misplaced, but that's not, it's the air sac could have been compromised during incubation or before incubation. Also could have been a late hatch. They could have hit their head or done something when they were first born. Somebody could have stepped on their head. It could be a gene issue, but it's very usually it's due to environmental of some sort. Usually, nerve issues could be gene. It could be very unlikely, but it's possible. But splayed leg cannot be. Splayed leg is 100% environmental. Whiskey Tango Farm says, you did really well pronouncing Wisconsinites. Now we need to work on... No, not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not even trying it, Kristen and Brandon. Make a fool of myself. All right. Jason Snyder says, got a pharaoh in my scarlet hatch. Is that normal? I know you can get Egyptian. Yeah, I mean, it's not normal. I mean, you shouldn't get like 85% of them, but one, yeah. You can get pharaoh, Egyptian, or scarlet tux out of it. And usually just scarlets breed 90 to 95% true. Wow, it's so blurry. Mike says, hi, Zach, just finished supper, quail, baked potato, green beans, and applesauce, all homegrown. Myshire Jumbo Wilds. Hit the like button from New Hampshire. That is super cool. And yes, hit the like button, support the channel. I greatly appreciate it. And that is super awesome, having a whole meal right from the farm. That is super awesome. I love that they came from Myshire Farm as far as the meat goes. That's super cool. And we had family over. Well, I guess they're still over there. I don't know. I left. But we had family over, and we got that pizza oven that Papa the Builder built. So we did pizzas earlier. They did. I ran up, had a piece, and then I had to come get ready for this because I've been in the barn all day. But yeah, we had the sausage and the tomatoes and the spinach and a lot of, not all the toppings, but a lot of the toppings came from here, which is super cool. And the goal is to make all the toppings from here. So that's very rewarding. That's super cool. And that is hashtag life goals right there, Mike. That's awesome. Very cool. Kermit J99 says, I know about the 5-to-1 ratio when setting up breeding cages. Is it better for 5-to-1 or 10-to-2 if the cages is large enough? So if you do large cages, it's called a colony cage, and that's what we do here. We love it. Yes, it would be fine. Either one. If you do a 5-to-1, like small cage, you get the same production out of the 10-to-2 cage. So there's no production difference at all. But if you've got the room, then yeah, colony cages are definitely the way to go. Less feeding, less watering, a lot less of everything. Peepaw Philly says, thank you very much for all the kind comments. Absolutely, we are very happy that you're back and active. That's very cool. Jeremy McFarland's in the house. Zach, was eggs for the dinner table? And if so, what is your wash setup? What? Do you wash eggs for the dinner table? Do you have eggs for the dinner table? What is the wash setup? Yeah, we don't wash ours when we eat them. We don't wash them. We put them on the counter and then break them open. Probably should wash them. We used to. We just don't care anymore. But they get collected every day, and it's a rollout, and we just don't care. But yes, you could wash them. You should wash them. We don't, but you shouldn't do what we do. So yeah, there is a small little bubbler you can buy, or you can make one for a lot cheaper. Or what we used to do before we got lazy was we took the basket of eggs and we filled up the sink with water, and then hot water, warm water, not hot, warm water. And then we would just put them in there and kind of turn the handle of the basket a little bit so they're moving around a little bit, bring them out, and then just kind of pat them down with a wash rag or paper towel or whatever. And that used to be what we do, but now we're lazy. La Rochelle Farm says, to the person running electricity to the barn, if running wire in conduit, use individual standard wire, not Romex. There you go. Oliver Cole says, question, does sex link work if one of the parents is a tuxedo? No, it does not. You have to have true Pharaoh and true Egyptian. Or, well, you don't have to have that. That's how we do it. For sex links, you have to have the true color and the roux de lutte of that exact same color. So you can get sex links in different colors, such as Italians and autumn ambers you can make sex link on, but we don't do those here. We don't like those here because they look the exact same when they hatch. So it doesn't even help if you know what's male or female, because you don't know, because you can't tell which ones are which. Where the Pharaohs and the Egyptian, one hatches out dark brown, one hatches out light red. So that's super easy. There's a couple other ones that you can do, but Egyptian and Pharaoh sex links are the easiest to visually see on day one, whether they're male or female. So that's why we do it that way. But no, tuxedos would not work. Or use UF wire and direct berry. I like that one. Michaela from Florida's in the house. Welcome. Roman79 says, looking to augment feed. Is it out of the question to feed quail earthworms? No. I mean, we haven't done it as a practice, but we've fed them earthworms before just for fun. Yeah, they like them. It's not out of the question. Jesse Mills says, educate, enthuse, and entertain. Very good. I like it. Jake says, slow and steady. Absolutely. Oliver Cole says, self-sufficiency and education. I love the education part. I'm glad I drilled that because it is all about the education. Orlando says, was able to sex our birds today. Got 21 hens, keeping 4 males. Okay. Put 10 in freezer, 50 more to process. Big thanks to Myshire, Katernick's Corner, and Whiskey Tango Farms for the videos. That's awesome. Congratulations. Thank you. I'm glad that we could help or be a part of it. And that is some really cool progress. You're butchering. You've got more to butcher. You've got meat. You've got eggs. You're going to have a fertility rate. You are set up for success. So congratulations. That's awesome. Pat yourself on the back because that's a huge step for real. Jeweler Cliff is in the house. Welcome. The object is to educate, inform, and I guess that's it. And encourage, enthuse. What'd you say? Educate and yeah. Encourage, educate, encourage, and enthuse. Absolutely. Good answer. James is in the house. Education. Absolutely. Keep it slow. Watch customer and supply and demand. There you go. Katrina says hi from Gilroy, California. We are taking a break. Harvested 20 males, 10 more to go after break time. There you go. That is kind of annoying, but also very rewarding when it's done. It really doesn't take too long, so that's very cool. Congratulations again. That's a huge self-sufficient step, so congratulations. Messenger of Messiah says, whenever I feed mealworms, I have one rooster that sings and feeds the hens. However, is one of my smallest roosters. I am breeding for size. Should I still keep him as a breeder? Oh, no, but yeah. I mean, it's super cool. I would do it. I mean, he's got good traits. It's just not for size. If you've got like a mixed cage of just fun colors, I'd put him in there. But no, if you're breeding for size, you can't use him. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. Kelly says, Kelly from Utah showing up to win big. There you go, Kelly. Welcome. Glad you're here. Oliver, we've got one more question left. We've got answers too. Oliver Cole says, question, are the videos about sex link, does it matter the parents of the breeders? Does it matter the parents of the breeders? I don't know what that means. There are videos of sex links. There's a sex link video on our YouTube channel, Myshire Farm. Under the playlist, all about the colors, it goes step and step, but you have to have Pharaoh hens and Egyptian males. If you do a different type of sex link, like Autumn Amber and Italians, the roux de lutte of that color has to be the male for sex links to work. But there's a video that you should check out because it'll give you much better information than probably what I'm telling you right now. It is on our YouTube channel, Myshire Farm. Hey, we hit our goal. Thank you very much, everybody, for all the support. I greatly appreciate it. That's super awesome. Why am I so out of breath? What is going on? Whew. Hopefully I answered the question. Oliver, if I didn't, please let me know and I'll be happy to do that. But we do have a video all about sex links on our YouTube channel, Myshire Farm, under the playlist tab, under all about the colors, and one will say sex linked, and we go in depth about all of it. Banjo Man 2007 says you're welcome. Thank you, appreciate it. Reineck Poultry and Aviary says Chuck just left the room. I'm glad he bought me a hatching time cabinet incubator. There you go. Jasmine Bass, you got it. Congratulations. Scarlet was the video that we posted this week on All About the Colors. That is awesome. We had a lot of answers, a lot of correct answers as well. But Jasmine was the fastest. So congratulations to Jasmine. That was Whiskey Tango Farm, so you'll want to email them at info@whiskeytangofarms.net, or you can reach out to them on Facebook, I guess. No, I think she said email. Never mind, just email them because that's what they told me to say. So yeah, just email them and they'll get you your 30 Whiskey Tango Farm hatching eggs out. Congratulations to that. Katrina was correct. Jesse Brown was correct. Kelly was correct. We had a lot of great answers. Robin, Jesse Mills, Ali Posh, Banjo Man 2007, Oliver Cole, Autumn Weems, Jason, Chad. Oh, Chad was just laughing. Joan, Autumn Weems, Kermit J99. I do like that answer. All right, I'm actually going to pick a second winner. We're going to do another question in just a second. But I like that someone said Scarlet/range because we did talk about that. So Jasmine, you still won. Don't worry about it. But Jesse Mills, text me 937-760-7282, and I'm going to give you a box of 30 eggs as well because you were the first one to put Scarlet Range. That was good. I like that answer as well. So congratulations to you both. Joan, Autumn, Kermit J, Donna, Linda, Veronica. La Rochelle Farm says answer is Rosetta. It was Scarlet this week. Harvey says, my pearls I got from you, I red pearl in a bunch with red heads. Is that common? Can be. It depends on what exactly you're looking for. But yeah, I mean, those dark heads are going to be males. And pearls are feather sexable. Moon Outdoors says Scarlet. Bill says Scarlet. Range, absolutely. Oh, the other question, I'm sorry. Question number 4. Are you ready? First person that answers in the comments will get 30 free eggs from us. The winners so far was While We're Waiting Homestead, won 30 eggs from Whiskey Tango Farms. And I don't remember the other winners. Well, who was the second winner? Oh, Rhineck Poultry and Aviary won 30 eggs from us. And then Jasmine won 30 eggs from Whiskey Tango Farms. And Jesse Mills won 30 eggs from us. And now we're going to do the 4th question. And the 4th question is, are you ready? Drum roll, please. How many rules for quail for profit are there according to my videos? How many rules, not how many rules have I done, but how many rules are there? First one that answers will win. So best of luck to you. And again, let me know if you like this question giveaway every week, so I'll be happy to do it, or we'll just go back to just random drawings. I just thought maybe this would be fun. Rhineck Poultry and Aviary Series, Riker wants pandas, please. We can make that happen for you. Still working on them, so they're still research. Yeah, we can do that. Let's see. Ed Selby is in the house from Wyoming. Welcome. Glad you're here. And that was the correct answer. James says, question, what is the value of having a hatcher? It just seems to be an expensive incubator, an egg turner. What makes them worth the expense? Well, that's a good question. And I guess it wouldn't be worth the expense unless you're hatching multiple hatches all the time. So we have hatchers because we have multiple hatches a week. For custom orders, for breeders, for live quail that we sell on the website, whatever the case may be. They're all different, some hatch on Monday, others hatch on Wednesday, others hatch on Friday. So they're all separate in the brooders, and we can keep them all straight. So with that being said, we need hatchers because we can't boost up that humidity in the incubator. The thing is if you've got 2 hatches going at the same time that have different dates, at lockdown, you need to increase that humidity significantly so it softens the egg so that the chicks can hatch out healthy and happy, right? Well, if you increase the humidity a lot and there's other eggs still incubating in the same incubator, well, then you'll drown the eggs that are still growing because they're not ready to hatch out yet. So that's why you would need a hatcher. But if you're not doing that, then no, it would be a waste. So I agree. And that is, we've had fantastic questions tonight, everybody. I'm really proud of everybody. Good job. Thumbs up to you. Katrina says, so far, drill plucker is working great. Very cool. That's awesome. Congratulations. Dale's Quails information. Yes, Dale's Quails information is dalesquails.com. We just did a video on Tuesday. It's the 3rd one on our YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure it's dalesquails.com. It's also Dale's Quails on Facebook. I don't remember the email address. I'm very sorry. But we did put all that on the video we did just about his review of the brooder that he sent us. So you can check that out as well. And if Dale's still on, I know he's hunting, so he's probably not listening anymore. But if he is, if you could put your contact information on there on how they could reach you or check out your website or anything. Their website's super cool. They've got rabbit hutches, they've got cages, they've got stackable cages, they've got brooders, they've got incubators, they've got waters, they've got like a whole self-sufficient pack that you can buy. It's like multiple cages and brooders and tiers. It's really cool. You should definitely check it out. Living a Rogue Life says Scarlet but included range and how they are the same but different. Love it. Good job. Good answer. That's a very good answer. Donna says the cages I found is $175 to buy. Got it. I understand what you're saying. For 3-tier, I guess it depends on how. It's not a bad price. That's good. I guess it depends on how big they are, and there's multiple things. But that's great. If it's local and you're happy with them, that's not a bad price for a 3-tier cage at all. Katrina says just have to keep the speed down. Yeah, absolutely. Quail can get, yeah, you definitely have to go slow with the plucker on the quail. Absolutely. If we could have 4 more likes, I would greatly appreciate it to support the channel. I'd love to get to 125. That'd be awesome. Bill says, question, what other starter feed options is there with feeding medicated feed for raising for meat and eggs? Okay, so if you're just raising for yourself, they're not picky. I would strongly recommend going with a cheap turkey starter. Turkey starters are really good starter quail, starter feed. They're very high in protein because they're a turkey feed. They're usually a crumble, which is nice for the quail. And it can be medicated or non-medicated. You have many options when you're looking for turkey feed. If you've got a feed store around you, or even a Tractor Supply, you can check out Klombach and see if they can get Klombach in for you. There is a pheasant starter that we use. It is medicated, but it's high in protein. It's not a bad price, and it's really good. There's great results with it, so that's what we use. And Klombach is a huge company. We actually go through a local feed mill, but they source out the Klombach for some reason. I don't know why. And then they custom make our breeder. They customize our breeder feed, but they source out the... I'll ask them that. I don't know why they source the starter grower out. Hopefully that answers the question. If it didn't, ask again. I'll be happy to go more in depth because I kind of lost focus for a little bit. Joan says, hatch day was 17 to 19. We still have humidity issues, 20% in the room. Couldn't get above 45 in the incubator. That is definitely an issue. To increase humidity, and your incubator just won't do it, put a, put a little to-go container, you can tell that I don't cook ever. Leftover plastic thing. What is it called? There goes my brain again. Just a little container, a little bowl, Tupperware. Gosh darn it. Tupperware is what it's called. Why does my brain just go away when I try to think of specific words? I don't get it. Anyways, yeah, put a little Tupperware thing in there, fill it with water, and put a sponge or a washcloth or something that soaks it up, and that will increase your humidity for long periods of time and stabilize it. So that might be an option for you. Verna put Wynola Ranch's, is that their website? Quailcage.com? I had no idea. Their regular website is wynolaranch.com. Interesting. Squirrel, yeah, right, squirrel. Rashawn says, hello from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Welcome, glad you're here. Robin C says, water troughs need to be made for smaller than a 1/2 inch wire mesh because 3-week-olds can get out. Love them for the breeding cages. Absolutely, I agree. And I do love them for the breeding cages. La Rochelle Farm says, Zach, water troughs don't working in freezing temps. May be great for some, but not for others. Big fan of horizontal nipples here. There you go. Yeah, I don't like the nipples. I love the troughs. I love the troughs. And if you're using the red cups anyway, which is what I would say a vast majority are using, they freeze, and the troughs would freeze. I mean, they'll still freeze, but it's more likely that those red cups will freeze before the troughs will freeze because there's less water in the cups than there is the troughs, and you can water a lot more quail without them trying to step on each other and move. And I love the troughs. I love the troughs. But if the nipples do great for you, then keep it. For some reason, I just don't like them. I don't know why. Wish I did. Donna says, I had a cracked egg hatched duck. What? I had a cracked egg hatched duck. Your egg was cracked and you still hatched a duck? I don't know if we've ever had, oh, we did hatch ducks before. I was not really involved with that. Terry says, what causes a crooked neck in a 1-week-old chick? Like, it just started having a crooked neck? If it just started having a crooked neck, then it hit its head and now it's got neurological damage. But if it was hatched out with a crooked neck, it's called wry neck. And with wry neck, it's usually due to a humidity issue in your incubator. They stayed in there for too long, and they kind of just grew too much on this side, and so their neck bones kind of just formed that way. Doesn't really affect too much, but it looks painful, but it doesn't, they seem to be okay. But if it was after hatch, then it's 95%, not 100%. I'm going to say 99.9% that it's neurological issue because it hit its head somewhere. But if it's from hatch, which is the most common, it's called wry neck, and it's because of an incubator, or God damn it, I hate spiders. It's usually due to a humidity issue. Bonnie says, oh, I'm a little behind. I got to catch up. Bonnie says, love my Wynola Ranch cage. Awesome. Good. I'm glad to hear it. We like ours as well. Katrina says, harvested our old male. He had yellow fat like you see on free-range chickens. Some of our 8-week-olds we harvested have some fat on the neck and an abdomen, which is lighter. Do people keep the fat? Yeah, people do. We do. Anyway. Veronica says, question, do you count putting eggs in incubator as day 1? Another really good question. Another really good question. That was gross. I didn't eat it. It like just hit my lips and ran away. I don't remember the question, but I remember it was good. Veronica says, do you count putting eggs in incubators day 1? Very good question. It's not a huge, whatever you want to do, really, is the answer. So you can, it's not a big deal. What we do is we say that's day 0 when we put them in, because usually we don't put them in till like midday or the end of the day. So that's day 0, and then the next day it's a full day 1. But you could count it as day 1. It's whatever you want to do. We've done both ways. I just like saying, okay, well, this is a half a day, so this is day 0. Next day is day 1, is what I like to do. 115. Yeah, we're at 121. I just need 4 more to hit 125 because now I guess I'm just greedy. So hit the like button, support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Chad, did I ask the last question? Yeah, I did. Ryan says, I keep hearing different opinions on how many quail to cage. 1 per square foot up to 4 to 5. I'm going to build a 3-stack hutch, but only start with the top 3 by 6. I was thinking 60 max. Thoughts? I recommend 3 to 3.5 quail per square foot. I recommend 3.5 quail per square foot for standard size and 3 quail per square foot for jumbos. So if you're doing all jumbos, it would be 18 times 3, which I'm not doing in my head right now. 15, 45. Yeah, so 60. But if you're doing standards, a little more than 60. Well, no, 50, 45, 48, 52, 3, 4. So for jumbos, I would say somewhere around 50 to 55. For standards, I would say 60. But I like the 3 to 3.5 quail per square foot. I just think it's a waste when you do 1 quail per square foot. They're all going to hurdle up next to each other anyway, and you've got all this space that you're just not utilizing. I mean, that's one of the huge benefits of Coturnix quail, is that you can do 3 quail per square foot. They still look good. They still feel good. They're still productive. They're still happy. They still feel safe. Why not use the space? Nikki James says, I hatched 88 out of 116 of my own eggs this week. Awesome. Congratulations. Had an issue where when hatch started, my humidity jumped to 99. Oh my God. Lost 10 that pipped. Is the way to drop humidity in Little Giant Incubator? Yeah, that drowned the eggs real quick. Usually there's some holes on this. I don't know. I don't have a Little Giant. If someone has a Little Giant, you can tell them. Usually there's holes on the side that you can take out and release the humidity. But I don't know about Little Giant, so I apologize. If no one answers you on here, then feel free to go to our Facebook group, Newbie Quail Lovers, to ask on there, and I'm sure out of the 2,000 people already on there, that they will get you the correct answer. Katrina says, at least one of my new layers, Myshire hatched eggs, awesome, has the blue inside the shell, looks normal on the outside, just a little surprise every time. There you go. It is one that we decided not to use for the Celadon program, but it does carry the Celadon gene, so there you go. Whew. Banjo Man 2007 says 14 out of 30 Tibetan Tux hatched for us in the past week. 14 out of 25. That's not awful. What day did they start hatching? Banjo Man. What was it? Tibetan Tux? Yeah. While we were waiting, Homestead says, do you make your own shipping foamers or do you get them from a supplier? We get them from a supplier. Very good relationship with him and very happy with him. We've tried different foamers and knock on wood that hopefully we'll never have to use any other foamer again. I love those foamers. I will not use anything else. Ronald says, do you ship to the Bahamas? Not yet. We have in the past. But due to the COVID thing, everything changed. We had our first meeting this week with some vets up in Columbus, and we are getting all the paperwork filled out and a vet check and blah, 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 and all this crap we got to do, a bunch of red tape to start being able to do it again. So it is in the works, so I'm pretty excited about that. One more like to hit 125. That'd be awesome. Hit the like button, support the channel. Banjo Man says, I had a Tibetan Tux hatch with almost completely black legs. We do breed for that. Is that something that you have seen before, and have you ever tried to breed for different colored legs? I have breed chicken, they have blue legs. Nope, we've only tried for the black. We do breed for that though. We try for our darker colors, our Tibetans, Tibetan tuxedos, Rosettas, Rosetta tuxedos, growl fees, and growl fee tuxedos. We do have a couple of black feet in there just because they're fun. And then we've got a separate cage of all kinds of colors that just are black feet. So just a little fun thing that you get on mixed eggs or dark eggs or whatever. Chad said, nope, not talking to me. Whiskey Tango Farm says, no need to wash. The hens lay a bloom on the egg, which keeps bacteria out. So as long as you aren't licking the egg, ooh, LOL, you're fine. That is true. Yes, that is true, and that's why we got lazy on it. Yeah, so. But you can. I mean, there's no harm in washing your eggs. We just don't do it anymore. Not talking to me. Let's see. Gary Grigg says, Zach, have you ever had a problem with swollen crop? And if you have, what causes it? And do you treat it? No, not really. We don't really have that issue. We've had a couple of them before, and we just get rid of them. We really haven't had that issue pretty much ever. I mean, we've had, but it's not ever been a big issue. It's just been random every once in a while. And when we see it, we take them out of the cage, and either it goes into a butcher cage or it goes into a falconer cage, one way or the other. Harvey White says, your jumbo wilds, or they Pharaoh? Yep, Pharaoh, wild, traditional, brown, all the same thing. I'm not sure if it applies to birds the same way, but you have to be careful feeding earthworms to reptiles too often because their guts are full of dirt, which can cause oh, I don't know. They like them, I know that, and we didn't have any issues, but it's not like we do it all the time either. White cause some, okay. Rhineck Poultry and Aviary says, other than my business cards and stickers, what do you recommend for us to take to our first event in October? I would take, very good question. I like this question, and it's more of a Quail for Profit question. I thought that I'd get a little bit more questions on Quail for Profit tonight, but that's okay. Maybe I'm just answering everything first time. Very good question. So yeah, business cards that has your information on it. Stickers are always a good idea. As far as product, or not product, but as far as marketing things, I would take a hatch guide. It can't hurt. Even if they're not buying hatching eggs yet, but they're thinking about it, give them the hatching egg guide for a reminder. I think that's a good idea. I would direct them to YouTube video, like New to Quail and what I need to know. And I would do maybe like a quail basics checklist, you know, just like frequently asked questions and things like that to take home. You know, if you sell some, say, okay, well, these are the top 5 or 10 questions that we get, and here's the answers. But if you have any questions, feel free to contact us or whatever the case may be. So a couple of handouts just to help them on their journey once they leave you. Because most likely whatever you sell, you'll be introducing them to quail for the first time and they're buying on the spot. And you're giving them a lot of information, but that information is going to go one ear out the other as soon as they get home. And so giving them, you know, a frequently asked guide, a hatching guide, you know, directing them to YouTube channels, specific videos, whatever the case may be, would help a lot. In my opinion, that's what I would do. That's what I've done. Oh. Do. Lost my spot. Very sorry. Hello, new. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. I'm glad you're here though. Hello, Newick 1. I know I said it wrong. I'm sorry. I just put my 30 eggs in the incubator hoping for a good outcome. Well, best of luck to you and keep us posted. I don't know if they're mine or not. If they are, let me know. If they're not, then let me know anyway. I'm interested. Let's see. Ali Posh says, I bought mystery not yet announced eggs a while ago, wondering when you will announce the color. They are beautiful, but just would like to know what you call them. Very good question. Well, I've got videos that I'm doing on all about the colors, and I don't know yet. Because I kind of feel like I should do the colors that I have already, do them first, but on the same token, I would like to get them out. But right now, the auction page is the only way to get those colors, so I don't know. But they're called Scarlet Fees, so I'll just tell you, because there's only 92 people here. They're called Scarlet Fees. They are fantastic. A lot of them will be sell it on carriers, if not sell it on layers. We're working on that now. They're still new, which is why, well, they're the newest. We just haven't offered them yet. So they're called Scarlet Fees. They are scarlet. They're the Roux gene and the Fee gene mixed together. They're a decent size. They're averaging like 9.8 ounces. So they're a nice size for butcher. They lay decent size eggs. I think they're 11 to 12 grams. And a lot of them either are going to lay blue eggs or the insides will be blue, meaning you can start working on your Celadon breeding system. So best of luck to you and congratulations. Autumn Weems, you had it first. Everybody had the right answer. But Autumn Weems, you got it. Congratulations. Text me at 937-760-7282 and you will get 30 free eggs from us. So congratulations to all the winners. That was all 4 questions tonight. But I would like to know your feedback. So let me know if you like this kind of setup where we ask questions throughout, or we just pick random, or just let me know what you'd like to do. I'd like to do giveaways, but I'd like it to be more fun. I thought this was more fun, but we'll see. I'd love your feedback, though. And hit the like button, support the channel. That's awesome. 130. That's cool. Autumn, Jesse, Moon Outdoors, Kelly, Banjo Man, Whiskey Tango Farms, Chad, Rashun, Katrina, Jasmine, Metatron, Herald of the Almighty. Cool. Brad, Joan, Veronica, Jason, all of you guys. Great job. I figured he's got some problems. You're getting him addicted. Sorry. La Rochelle Farms has question 4. Answer is crap. No wonder I see the answers popping up in the chat. I'm still waiting for questions to be asked. There you go. Kermit J 99.5. Rule number 1: make sure you are live on the live. Oops. There you go. That's correct as well. Can you tell me how to say it? Halunic? I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Jennifer says, mix the giveaways up. Some are questions, some are answers. All right. Good to know. Verna, will you write that down, please? Someone recommended to do half and half. Okay. Uh, Bill is in that. Bill's leaving. Thank you very much for staying this long. I appreciate it. Rochelle Farm says, if Dale is still hunting, it's dark out. Shh, keep quiet. There you go. Harvey says Dale's Quails has a lot of good videos. Hopefully Dale is dressing a deer by moonlight right now. There you go. Chewy has Oh, there you go. Chewy has Klombach. There you go. Washcloth sponge Tupperware. That was where I was brain farting again. That is their website to buy the cages and stuff. Weird. So they have 2 websites? I had no idea. If you type in Winola Ranch, that is what will come up on your page. Oh. Look at me learning stuff. Spider next to you. Yeah, I saw it. I flicked it. No spider has been harmed in this video, by the way. Like, it was over here. It was just a daddy long leg. I'm not scared of those. Kind of creepy, though. Chad says, Zach, I was doing the squirrel brain. Come to find out my blood sugar was 500. Oh, dear God. That's not good. Take care of it. It was a cool idea. Thanks for sharing that idea. Mine was 598, having vision issues as well. I don't think... I've always had really good blood pressure. I don't think that that's it. I think my eyes are just going out. And I think I talk too much without breathing. I've got a broken nostril from when I was an idiot and a kid and got in a fight and never did get it fixed. So anyways, one of my nostrils just does not work at all. Like, I can't smell anything. Anyways, I think when I talk so much and I can't breathe through my nose, then I get lightheaded. And I tend to talk really fast sometimes, which is weird because I never am caught up on this thing, but I'm always talking like a crazy person. Yes, worked great when it was completely outside. We all wrapped the PVC pipe in. Oh, not talking to me. Jasmine says, I am loving all the questions tonight and all the answers from both Zach and the awesome community. Absolutely. I'm very happy with tonight's live. Very happy. Great questions. A lot of great feedback. A lot of great answers. Everything. A lot of likes. We had donations. Everything was cool. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Terry says, thank you. It went crooked after hatch, gets around fine, just weird. Yeah, it's not genetic. It could go into a breeding program if you have to. It's best if you don't, but you could. It's not going to affect their hatches. They won't be as productive. It just looks weird. And they won't be as productive, but it wouldn't, their babies wouldn't hatch out like that. It's an environmental thing. Mary says, hi from Iowa. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Little Giant has 2 red tabs you can take out to lower the humidity. There you go. Thank you. Rashawn says, just put 2 more holes at the top. There you go. Good answer. That's brutal. My vision is bad as well. It's been lifestyle change for sure. Also, I love the Dexcom 6 when it works. There you go. A cup of rice will reduce humidity in the incubator. Yes, it would. Didn't even think about that. It would. Jasmine says, we use heat tape for other watering things. It makes so much sense to use them both for keeping water chores to a minimum in the winter. There you go. That's when I was dying. Oh, that's good. It's not that now. We have 125 likes. We have 131 likes now because you guys are awesome. Thank you very much. 1,266 now. Verna, you're getting ahead of yourself. Let's see. I'd like to learn more about the heat tape. There you go, Jasmine. Be an expert. 126 now, not... Yeah. Banjo Man says, Tibetan Tux hatched 11 on day 17, 1 on day 18, 1 on 19, 1 on 20. Usually that means your temp is a little bit off if it's a long period of hatch. You might want to check that out. It might be off just maybe a half a degree to a degree, not a lot, where you're still going to get a decent hatch. But usually when it's staggered like that, that's a red flag for a temperature issue. It doesn't sound like it's a humidity issue at all, though, Banjo Man. But I would check your temperature just in case. It wouldn't hurt. Pushing that number, yeah, right? Water freezing in the winter, what is the solution? You can do a couple different things. you could do a little water, like a cow heat water that you can put in there to keep it warm. So usually if you've got a bucket system, which I would say most people do, you can use that bucket system, warm the water up in there so that when it goes through the pipes, it's not in there for very long. You know what I mean? So if you just warm the top, then you really don't have issues anywhere else. I guess it depends on where you're at as well. So that's an option. You can also do like the gallon waters and just switch them out twice a day. We used to do that. So there's different options, but yeah, the last one we did before we didn't have that issue anymore was we put a cow heat water, for outside during the winter. We put that in the big bucket up top, and then that bucket would heat the water up, and then it would gravity feed to the lines, and then the lines would go to the cups, which I hate. You should all get troughs from Winola Ranch, unless you're La Rochelle farming. Keep with the nipples, that's fine. I'm not judging. And then it would go to the lines, and then it would go to the cups or the troughs, and it would keep the water warm and not really freeze for how long it would be in there. So just a thought. But there's a lot of different options. How about adding some bird seed to feed? I've never tried that. I would have to think about that and look into it, but I've never tried it. 129. Wow, we are hot tonight. Yeah, we're up to 133. We've got a lot of great people on here tonight. So that is awesome. Congratulations, everybody. You guys did a great job. Thank you very much. Jesse Brown says, Zach, it looks to me like I commented 5 before autumn. Does it come through differently for you or something? Just wanted to understand. I will look. Let's see. Hold on. I'll go back and look. I'm going to lose my spot, but that's okay. No. I don't know if you can see that or not. It does, on here, it does show autumn first. Sorry. I did look, right? Did I look? Yeah. Oh, God. Did I do that? Okay. No, it does show autumn first. I'm sorry. I lost my spot. I'm glad you asked, though. I'm glad I looked, because I could have easily made that mistake. Terry Yvonne Story says, Yvonne with quails and red-tipped tails. Love the name. Very cool. Welcome. Glad you're here. Terry Yvonne said, my 8-year-old wants scarlets. Will be ordering this week. Awesome. Would be happy to help you. And best of luck to you, and keep me posted. If you need anything, just feel free to reach out. Verna, if you'll put my phone number and my email address and the website on there again, if you could do that. La Rochelle Farms heading out. Thank you very much for showing up. Kermit J99 says there's a lag time for some people in answering questions. I answered before you finished the question, and there were 10 answers before mine. All right. So maybe not the best idea. All right. Maybe I got a different idea for next week. All right, we'll try something different next week because of the lag time, because that is a legitimate thing. Yeah, that was good. Thank you very much for letting me know that. Just wondering, are all donations going to next year's QuailCon? Very good answer, or very good question, Jason. Not yet. There's some things that I want to do on the YouTube channel. We will start doing donations for QuailCon we probably won't do donations for QuailCon until I announce QuailCon, as far as the speakers and all that jazz. I've already announced the dates and all that. But as far as like tickets on sale, that's when we'll start taking donations for that. But I've got some big plans for our YouTube channel. And so any donations for our YouTube channel will start going towards that first? Good question, though. 134 now. Well, we only got 133. I lost one. My temp was 100.2. Okay. Incubator temp. There we go. John says, for my quail, we use 20% chicken crumbles and 32% catfish food, 4 parts chicken and 1 part catfish food for a mix of about 26% protein. There you go. Bill says, I do hatches out of the little giant incubator. You cannot trust the sensor. You've got to put a couple of external humidity and temperature things in there. There you go. Both, I always double check my temp with a digital meat thermometer. At this time, donations are going back into the channel, yes. Kathy says, great to learn about eggshells with blue inside means your hen carries the celadon gene. I thought all eggshells were blue inside. Nope, not all. I use ice water to calibrate a meat thermometer, and then I use it to calibrate the incubator. There you go. Oh, dear God. No, it doesn't have that option. Must not be talking to me. Good night, everyone. Very good show. Hopefully things are come down here and get me some more eggs. Normally take it to Florida. There you go, Paul. Best of luck to you. Thanks for being here. Nikki James says, I have severe delay in stream, but thank you all for the answers. Yes, both tap holes were open on top. Awesome. Awesome as always. Thank you very much, Joy. I use water crystals in my larger incubator. Cut the bottom off and put the crystals in there after soaking. Bigger they soak them, the better humidity. James says the key factor for humidity is the surface area of the water source. Rice could actually increase your surface area despite soaking up a good bit of your water. All right. Chad says, when building your customer base, do you invite potential clients to the farm? Absolutely. Absolutely. Chad, yes. I'm a big believer that you need to be as transparent as possible. Now, does that mean you shouldn't take certain steps to be safe? No. We had QuailCon here. We had biosecurity. We ran it through everybody. Everything was fine. Sometimes when we're not ready for people to go in, we'll let them look through the door or whatever. But we don't always let them in. I would do appointment only. Make sure you're ready for them. But yeah, as comfortable as you can make them feel, and people seeing their other people's setups and spending time with them, absolutely. That's a great idea, Chad, and highly recommended. John says, a concern with the fish feed meal is the flavor. It will probably telegraph through the meat. But we are in the breeding stage and not selling meat yet, nor eggs. Okay? Just be careful about biosecurity. If you do so, we don't let anyone in the barns. There you go. Biosecurity is a big concern. There you go. We do let people in the barn here, even with our biosecurity. It's got to be appointment only, and we have to make sure we're ready for them. And it's usually just a Friday or Saturday thing. Usually during the week, we don't let people in. Even on some weekends, we don't let people in. But we'll try to show them the farm or try to, let them see through. We just don't let them get in. Yeah, I mean, if you set up your biosecurity standards and everything is clean and orderly, and there's a hand washing area or booties or no touching anything, whatever the case may be. Yeah, I think it's a great idea to have people at the farm. When we were starting out, that's all we did was have people on the farm. We had butcher classes here. We had farm tours. We had homeschool kids come out and do tours of the whole farm. And yeah, I mean, all of our farm pickups toured, and it was kind of like a live question and answer. Yeah, I think that's huge. That's huge, building a customer base. Huge. We ordered these from Amazon to monitor temp in the We ordered these from Amazon to monitor temp in the incubators. You don't see it. I'm sorry, Mac. But yeah, there are some good thermometers and hydrometers on Amazon that you could check out. Jasmine says, what is the biggest concern when it comes to biosecurity? The biggest concern. The biggest concern. Well, bringing something into your barn, whether it's on their feet or on their hands or whatever. Quail have not really, I've not really seen any quail being affected by anything airborne, so I'm not too worried about that. It's mainly a feet, hands, mouth kind of thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you've got steps with booties or the soak tray that we use here for most of the year, there's a soak tray right when you walk in. So the soak tray helps. Booties we have in stock. We have a 3-bay sink. And yeah, if you're worried about it, I probably wouldn't let anybody hold any chicks or touch any eggs or collect their own stuff. For a best practice, we don't let people do that here, but we sure show them around. It's a good question. If I didn't answer that correctly, Jasmine, please let me know. Orlando says turning the fan off in the incubator will increase humidity. Yeah, it will, but then you might. My concern with that, Orlando, is you might start having hot spots and cold spots. Is my only concern with that, because the fan will circulate the air to make it level everywhere. Where if you turn the fan off, you might have a real hot spot where the heat source is and a real cold spot where it's not, because it's not circulating more. Is my only concern with that. That's it. Max says, Govey indoor hydrometer thermometer 2-pack Bluetooth humidity temperature gauge with large LCD display notification alert with max min records 2-year data storage export for whoa, that's a lot. That's cool. I'm glad you're having good luck with it. So if people are interested in that, you can check it out. It's Govey indoor hydrometer thermometer 2-pack on Amazon. There you go. Mac Lamb says biggest concern is cross contamination. Yep, absolutely. Again, you just got to be careful. But I mean, you can't. I'm not. I'm just not a big fan of closed offness. Like if you're being closed off, if you're not sharing what you're doing, and if you're not sharing what's going on, why? Like that makes me concerned. I'm not saying that you're not doing anything wrong, or that you are doing anything wrong. I'm just saying, like, why wouldn't you want to share your successes? It just, I don't know. I try to be as transparent as possible. Are we transparent about everything? No, we can't be. There's certain things that are just our trade secrets that we can't, I mean, it is what it is. And if we're not ready for people to go in the barn, then they can't go in. It's appointment only anyway. But yeah, you should be as transparent as possible, I believe, as far as customer service goes. That's to educate, encourage, and enthuse others to become self-sufficient. Great customer service, educated. Yeah. That's my opinion, but everybody has their own. It's fine. Whiskey Tango Farm says, I'm such a nervous Nelly with biosecurity, but you make a good point. If it is by appointment and they agree to the rules we set, it would probably be okay. Yeah, and a lot of people, here's the thing. I don't know how many people have came to the farm, done a tour, and they have been a huge asset in getting the word out there about quail and about Myshire Farm, because they were so impressed, they were so happy. Well, that's perfect. I mean, but if I say, oh no, I mean, when this whole COVID thing happened, it was no one was allowed in the barn, and that was due to NPIP and biosecurity and all that jazz. Yeah, when we had hundreds of people here for QuailCon, we put things in place and everything turned out fine. I mean, it's not as big of a deal as you think. Not that you shouldn't take the precautions, but I think that being open and generous with what you're already doing to show other people and being transparent is way more important than biosecurity. Because you can be as biosecure as you want, but if you don't have a customer base and you don't have people that start getting really enthused about it and they don't see your setup, then it doesn't really matter, right? I think there's got to be a balance. I'm not saying there's none. We have biosecurity here. We take it very seriously, but on the same token, I mean, the best biosecurity is not to let anyone into your barn. Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. I'm just not willing to do that because I want it to be more transparent. Is all I'm trying to say, everybody. Let's see. Katrina says, we have been cutting the backbone out. How do people fit their fingers in the bird to gut without doing this? I was going to try having them like chickens you see in the store, but they are so small. We've only done the backbone, so I don't think you can in any other way. You might. Sounds like an excuse to use child labor. Yes, I'm not having kids. Jasmine says, thanks, I am not to the point yet, big bird barn, visitors, etc., as we are just a family farm homestead. I love the idea of being open to teaching opportunities, but I'm still learning. Absolutely. And just remember that Coturnix quail might be your side business or your business in general, but a lot of people that get in here, listen to me. This will help you, I promise, especially if you're starting out. Don't, I need to say this correctly. How do I say it correctly? Okay. Yes. Put an emphasis on Coturnix quail. That is your business. That is how you make your money. That's how you're going to do other stuff on your homestead and self-sufficient use. Absolutely not saying that. But don't have your blinders on to not allow other people out just to see your setup in general. Not just the quail, but like Whiskey Tango Farms, for example. I would have people out. I would do a butcher class to get people involved in your area. I would do a rabbit class to get people involved in your area, and show them your entire setup and say, hey, you know, we're just starting out, or, you know, we've only been at it for a few years, or whatever, or, you know, there's a lot to do, and, you know, if you get into self-sufficiency, it's a long road to take, but this is what we've got so far. This is our mindset and our goal, and you're giving them the ideas to go forward. And that's really what the goal is, right? The goal is to educate, encourage, and enthuse. But you have to be able to bring people out to you and share your experience, and that is how you enthuse others, is my opinion. And I think that has served us extremely well here. So just keep that in mind, because Jasmine, I know you got a lot of other stuff on your farm homestead. So even if you're not ready for your quail operation yet, you could still start bringing people out for farm pickups or whatever, and just showing them around in general. Plus, it's a good motivator to get your butt in gear and get more stuff done. It helps me anyway. 136. Oh, we are at 136. Awesome. We're almost done. Can we get to 140 likes before I get off? Hit the like button, support channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Find a rice spoon. We use it and just scrape the inside. All right. I've not heard the rice spoon. I'll have to look that up. There's a tool made for scraping lungs out of chicken carcasses. Might work well for quail. I intend to continue spatchcocking. Okay. Or grapefruit spoon. Ooh, that's a good idea. I like that one. Jasmine says, could you also use social media like Instagram and YouTube to invite people to your operation? Live stream, stories, photos, posts. Absolutely. Absolutely. S. McKee says, Coturnix Corner used a spoon with a slot on the end for getting stuff out. He didn't like it, but I think slot he made was too small. All right. Grapefruit spoons have teeth and damage the meat. That's why we went to the plastic rice spoons. Oh, okay. That's a great way to give tours without threatening biosecurity. There you go. Watch for the new video, Hummingbird, the new quail. Bite size. There you go. Quail, the new chicken. Hummingbird, the new quail. Yeah, we're going to do this actually in the next episode of Quail for Profit. But you need a strong local presence, because that's what's going to keep you going yearly, especially with how social media is going right now. You just don't know if it's going to be around. Your local presence needs to be very strong. And yeah, live streams, posts, being active on Instagram and social media in general is a great idea. You should do it. Absolutely not discouraging you at all. But there is no substitution for one-on-one, in-person tours, because that person is going to be impressed no matter what, because you took the time to do it. on the property, and then they're going to tell what, 10 people, and then those 10 people, you might get 2 or 3 that were interested and think that it's cool and they want to bring their kids, and then those 3 will tell 10 more people each, and then all of a sudden you're starting to get so social media does work. It obviously works for me, absolutely. I'm not disagreeing. I love the idea, and yes, you should use social media to the fullest, but there is no substitution for one-on-one. There's none. Okay, so I wouldn't discard it. I think you're shooting yourself in the foot if you just say, nope, that's not how we're going to do it. If you're not comfortable with it, then you're not comfortable with it. Whatever. It's your business. It's fine. But that's how we built ours. I mean, we built ours by, we had people out all the time. We did butcher classes, we did tours, we did this, we did that. We had July 4th parties, we did this, whatever, just to build a customer base. And now my best friends, me and my wife's best friends met at a butcher class that we had here. And we've been best friends for like 7 years now. And they're just the closest people that we have. And then there's other friends that we have as well from butcher classes and tours and things like that. We've had people drive from all over just to do tours, and I just feel like it's very helpful. Just think about it. If you're not comfortable with it, then don't do it, because if you're forcing yourself to do it, it's not going to go smooth. So that being said, if you're forcing it, don't do it, but don't be closed-minded to it, because if you don't have a strong local market, then probably shouldn't do it. And we're going to talk about that in the next video, this coming up Saturday. We're going to talk about the markets that you need to be in, and the last 2 rules, which is a big portion of what I just mentioned. So you got a little snippet for staying around this long. On my good night all. Jason, thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. John says, we homeschooled in the past by inviting them to the farm. You are building the next generation possible customers. Absolutely. I love the mindset, John. And we do the same thing here. We've got about 3 schools that come out, and 2 homeschool groups come out every year and do tours and see the babies and all that jazz. Cindy and Ryan said, had an issue with my incubator. It stopped turning yesterday. I just noticed it this evening. Will it cause a problem with my hatch I started incubating on Thursday? Probably not. If you can, hand turn it 2 or 3 times a day, but it's not the end of the world. Unplug the turner, take off the motor, and turn yourself. Yeah, you could do that. So I know if you can hand turn, then do it. If you can't, then just let it ride. Just try to make them some sort of tilted. Katrina says, so I know what we are working towards. How long does it take an experienced person to process 30 quail plucked? Extra points if it's a drill plucker. Good question. How long does it take 30 quail? Well, we got it down to a quail a minute. The whole process being done. And that was an assembly line. That was me, my wife, Papa the builder. I think that was it. I think it was just 3 of us. It might have been 4 of us, I don't remember. But we just had an assembly line, and we could do a quail a minute from kill to in the bag in a minute. So that's the goal. But it also depends on how many you have. So if you only have like 2 people, then we'll say 2 minutes a quail. Because I think it took us a minute and we had 3 or 4 people. The real truth here is the quail will always be a side gig for me, and I spend too much time here alone to invite strangers to my home. There you go. And that's all right. Again, if you're just not comfortable with it, then you shouldn't do it, because then you're going to force yourself to do it, and it just won't come off smooth and, whatever. So if you're not comfortable with it, don't do it. But don't be opposed to it if you could possibly get comfortable with it. Thanks for the great live, awesome giveaways, great conversations, love the mods, appreciate you all. Harvey White says, what is the link for the quail plucker? I think they built it. How do you do a quail a minute if you need to let it bleed out for a minute? Because I kill about 8 of them at one time, and then they only bleed out for about 25 seconds. So yeah, we could do about a quail a minute. I can go real fast. when I used to. So I think that was all the questions. Everybody, thank you so much for showing up. I would say that was a huge success. We had 138 likes. We had quite a people show up tonight. We've lost quite a bit, but it's been going on for 2 hours. A lot of great questions, a lot of great answers, a lot of great giveaways, a lot of great hatch rates, a lot of great everything. So thank you all for showing up. Thank you for staying with me and supporting the channel. Thank you to Whiskey Tango Farms for doing the giveaway tonight. That was very generous. Thanks to Dale's Quails for donating the brooders for the 18 under contest. And thanks to Wynola Ranch as always, because they have done the 18 and under contest for quite some time, and they do a lot of great stuff for us and promote us quite a bit. So thank you very much to everybody. Thanks for all that showed up. Stay safe. Remember, we'll be doing a Wynola Ranch video on Tuesday, all about the colors on Thursday. Sorry, all about the colors on Thursday. Quail for Profit on Saturday, and we'll be back here on Sunday for our live. I hope to see you then. See you guys. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.